Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Charting Markets with Jeremy. For today, let's take a look at silver. After seeing quite a bit of sell-off playing through going back since May, and looking at some cycle study that we just did, it does look like silver right now it's bouncing off a key inflection point, and we could be looking at a bottom here pretty soon. So let's just dive straight in right now. So on the chart that I'm showing right now, we are looking at silver on the longer term time frame, the weekly time frame. And what we have noted is you can see I've demarcated the chart with some vertical lines to show you exactly how the cycle actually played out during this period of this bull market. So going back since the COVID low that was set back in March, where silver actually fell to a low of around $11.60. That was also when silver actually went into this kind of a strong rally here and price for the next 2 months or so until July. And if you look from the chart perspective, it took silver about 27 weeks for it to actually form the next cyclical low over here before it actually turned back higher to retest around the $30 high. And in fact, after which you can see after hitting a high of around $30, silver actually fell back again into a correction phase. And this time around, it also took silver another 27 weeks before it actually confirmed this bottom here and eventually formed this cyclical bottom, and before silver actually turns back higher once again to retest somewhere near $28. So just by looking at this particular kind of a swing trading perspective or price movement, it does look like silver, at least it's respecting this 27-week cycle that we have kind of identified. But in between 27 week, it tends to actually form a cyclical bottom here for silver before it actually bounces back up to test for new highs. And that brings us to where we are right now. After this recent rebound back in March of this year, we have actually seen silver actually crashing quite badly since May. In fact, it has actually fallen about 24% since the high that was set back in May. And right now, if you are counting the cycles, we have actually right now trading at the 27-week again, which means we could be looking at a bottom here pretty soon. And in fact, from the chart perspective, last week we have actually formed another new low here for silver at $21.42, which looking at the current price section does suggest that the cycle count has actually established a low here with a total of 26 weeks for this particular cycle to actually form this bottom. So looking at this from a price action perspective, you can see last Friday silver also kind of formed a hammer reversal bar, which from our technical perspective, it does also signal to us that probably a bottom is already in here for silver. And the actual low for this current cycle is actually at $21.42. So it means that this particular cycle for silver, it took around 26 weeks to form. And again, looking at historical performance, when we actually form a cyclical bottom here for silver, it does tell us that it's ripe for a move higher here, at least for the next 2 to 3 months out. So with that in mind, from a cyclical perspective, probably silver is bottoming out right now. And it wouldn't surprise us to see a next rally to last for the next 2 to 3 months out, possibly to even retest the $28 to $29 range. So that is from a cyclical perspective. If we were to dive down to the daily time frame, taking a closer look, in terms of price action wise, you can see silver is once again respecting this key support level floor that was established somewhere near $22. And if you were to look back again, over the past 1 year or so, this particular bull market, this $22 support level has been acting as a rather strong floor for this uptrend, and we have seen multiple bounces of this floor. So for instance, we have seen one bounce in September last year, one more in November last year, and then more recently here in August this year, all led to a strong rebound in price. And right now we are once again kind of retesting this support at $22, and in fact you can see some bullish price action once again setting up over here, where we have managed to actually recover back above the $22 range once again. So coupling that with the cycle analysis that we just mentioned, Probably this means that the $22 floor will hold once again and will eventually lead to a strong rebound back up higher in price. And adding another layer to this study, you can see if we were to look at the relative strength index here, the recent sell-off has also driven the RSI down to an extreme oversold low of around 28 just last week. And the last time we actually saw the RSI falling to such an oversold level was also back in September last year, where the RSI fell to 28. And same occurrence also happened when the RSI was at this oversold low of 28. You can see price was also trading, bouncing just at the $22 mark. So what it means is the last time you can see we have this picture of oversold of 28 RSI, coupling with the rebound of $22, silver actually bounced up pretty nicely over the next 4 months or so, and actually retest a high of around $30 over here. So representing quite a huge move to the upside of around 35% upside. And right now, probably we could be looking at a similar replay here soon, as we are bouncing off the $22, and a cycle analysis suggests that we are right for a rebound here. So near-term movement for the next 2 to 3 months, we do expect silver to continue to bounce higher here. Some upside target, at least from a resistance perspective. First level will be somewhere near $26, and then after which $28.50, which is what we think the bulls will be targeting over the next 2 to 3 months, representing about 15 to 26% upside. So that's the overall view that we have for silver to actually eventually bounce up to those levels over the next 2 to 3 months. Just to cover the downside, if this $22 floor fails to hold, we still think the downside is limited. The next support that we'll likely see a rebound or buyers coming through the market will be somewhere near $21. And this $21 mark also coincides with the psychological support Fibonacci retracement level of 50% level over here. So all in all, downside wise, if this $22 level fails to hold, we still do expect support level of $21 to actually hold to eventually lead to a rebound higher back up into the uptrend. So in terms of risk reward ratio wise, again, looking at the current price section does look like we are trading right at a very attractive risk reward ratio level here. And yeah, so that pretty much sums up the view that we have for silver, and that's all we have today, and we'll see you guys in the next one.